Hi class, my name is Raul Torres. I'm a firefighter paramedic and I'm doing a how-to video today on an EMS related topic. And the EMS related topic that I chose to do is how to use the Handtevy box. And pretty much what the Handtevy box is the replacement or the newer version difference for a Broslow bag. And the Broslow bag was pretty much a bag that organized equipment for a pediatric serious call, like a cardiac arrest, pretty much. All right, and it had things like ET tubes, and one of the things that it mainly had was a measuring tape, a Broswell tape, so you can measure the kid, and that would tell you based off of on that measurement their age, their weight, and drug dosages and stuff like that. And one of the issues with it is just the difficulty in finding the drug dosages for it. And that's one of the main differences for the Handtevy box. Each Handtevy box comes with a Handtevy book, and the book makes is pretty much the biggest selling point on that box. And what the box is pretty much has pouches all the way from under 1 year old to 13 years of age, and there's also a hand system that calculates just a quick method on how to get certain drug dosages and age and weight. And the way it goes is 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 years of age to, and you have 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 on the kilograms, because everything for drugs and feeds is calculated by keys. All right, and once you, it's just a quicker way to figure that out. So if you know the age of the child, he's let's say 3 years old, it's going to be approximately 15 keys is what you're going to be treating with the medications. All right, that's one of the things that comes from it, and then everything's set up in pouches based off that age group. So you get a 3-year-old cardiac arrest, you grab the 3-year-old pouch, you grab your Handtevy book, you flip to the 3-year-old page, boom, you're at 3 years old, and you would pretty much have people assigned to each specific positions if you run this pediatric code. So it would be somebody's pretty much on the book and handing out equipment, and then the other person's pretty much on airway. You'd probably have somebody on CPR and somebody on the monitor, not the same person, and then IO and meds. So those are just different positions that you may have depending on how it is that your crew leader decides to run that call. All right, but what you would do is what the main thing is that the book tells you everything that you need to know. So you go to the 3-year-old page, it tells you everything. It tells you the keys right there, and then it tells you in mLs where the volume is what you would be drawing up. So the first dose we're going to give on a pediatric code, it'll be 1 in 10,000. You go to that. It tells you how many mLs you're going to give. It tells you the IV is the route you're going to be giving it. It tells you the drug dosage, and then it tells you the amount that you would be giving. So this is the drug dose, so that's just going to be the same for any age, but it tells you how much drug you're going to be giving that kid, and then it tells you actually how much mLs. So depending on the solution is where it'll be different, So not to get too into detail on it, but that's just pretty much the book tells you everything. What to shock at, what their normal BPs are, what size eye gel you should be using, what size king tube, what size LMA. It tells you everything. Your next shockings, all that stuff is what it would pretty much be telling you. So somebody on the book is key. So if I'm on the book, I'm handing the airway guy the right size ET tube he should be using and his equipment. I'm handing when the monitor guy goes to shock, I'm telling him what to shock at. When the IO guy goes to give meds, he's asking me what the drug dosage is, and I tell him right here it says to give this much of the epi, and this is how much volume you should be giving, how much mLs. All right, so that's pretty much how to use the book, and the pouch is pretty self-explanatory. It comes with ET tubes, stylets, IV sizes that are most likely to be used for that kid. It comes with syringes. It comes in each individual pouch, and it comes with NPAs, OPAs, all the stuff just based for that kid in the size of an average 3-year-old, as the example I've been using. All right, so that's what the each individual pouch comes with, and on the side you have things like an infant and a child BVM, an IV bag. You have a measuring tape also in case there's nobody around for some reason to let you know the approximate weight or age of that kid. You can get just based off of their height, same thing as the Broslow, but it just tells you that. It doesn't give you any drug dosages. The only thing that will give you the dosage is the book, and the book is specifically for your department. So these drugs are all drugs that my department carries. If we don't carry that drug, it's not on here. If we do carry the drug, it's on here. And that's pretty much it. It's specifically made for each individual department. But it just makes it significantly easier. I've used it on a few different calls, and it ends up running a lot smoother, a lot mainly because of the book. The book also helps if you're en route to the call for just a basic call like a seizure. We have one of these in the front of all of them. I can go to the seizure. If I'm going to be giving Versed IV, I can look it up for the 3-year-old, 0.3 mLs, and I know right when I get there, if the kid's still actively seizing, I can give 0.3 mLs. And that's just pretty much how to use the Handtevy box crammed up into a quick little session. All right, so hopefully you guys learned something.